Soul Garden. Live, love, be.
Hey there, Scorpio, and welcome now to Thursday. Well, for the Scorpions of the Zodiac, I think ultimately today will be a cloudy day, probably spaced out, but there's a good opportunity from the universe to have a radical new idea or fresh perspective on your life. Let me explain. For starters, the sun, of course, is in Capricorn, transiting the house of Gemini, or communication for you. And what that comes down to is a 30-day exploration of the way you think. Sounds like a party, doesn't it? Not just the way you think, but observing your own self-dialogue. When someone says something to you, what do you say to yourself? Or what are people saying to you? Or are you communicating your value in conversations? Or do you undermine yourself before the other person can respond? Those are the types of topics that go on when the sun transits the house of Gemini. Well, today, those topics will be disrupted by Uranus. Now, Uranus is kind of ruling the day energetically, which means that we're going to get kind of a boot to the side, a little spiritual earthquake. Something will happen, probably in a conversation or from an email you receive or some sort of communication of ideas. Something will disrupt you. Now, the point is to throw you off balance just long enough for you to regain balance, and in that regain, you see something or think something you haven't thought before. So that is the possibility for innovation. That's how Aquarians work. They disrupt you. They push your buttons. And in that process of us not getting pissed or trying not to get pissed or trying not to hit them, we ultimately see something we didn't see, like we can trip them. All right, innovation. Now, on top of this, the moon is in Cancer and will transition into Leo by the end of the day. So it's going to move out of your house of philosophy and out of a water sign and into a fire sign. And it's been my experience off camera that water signs don't really like this transition too much. They like having the moon in their own element. So that will also throw you off balance. And the moon will be in your house of career. So look for innovative thinking in the way you think, in the way you communicate, most likely tied to your career by the end of the day. But overall, the motive from the universe is to grow, to learn, and to be happier. So don't worry too much. That's all I have for Scorps today. See you tomorrow with more soul horoscopes. Live, love, be.